Shabbat Shalom, everyone. We are going to begin the service in just a moment. We're just getting the live stream and the Zoom set up. Hopefully everyone is toasty warm and will stay so, even though tomorrow it's going to not get above 19 degrees here in balmy Philadelphia. So for any of our folks who are watching from Florida, we are not jealous at all. No. Not a bit. Are we on? Is there, oh, we don't have the monitor connected though. Okay. Well, just lets people know who's watching. I mean, how long will it take? Okay, yeah, let's do it. So we again want to thank you all for being here. And we want to thank our Neshama band members for making music for us this evening. I think everyone looks like they have a siddur with them, so that's nice. We're going to begin with Shalom Aleichem. You'll find that on page 13 of your siddur. And since this is Shabbat Shirah, the Shabbat of the Song at the Sea, we will be singing in full voice along with our Cantor and with our Neshama band. Page 13.
Shalom Aleichem Malachei Ashar Malachei Elyon Mimelech Malachei Amlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Moatem LeShalom Malachei Ashalom Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Mimelech Malachei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedektem leShalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
We'll continue now on page 16 of your prayer book, Yismachu Hashamayim, the heavens will rejoice, the beautiful melody from Nava Tehillah, page 16.
ישמחו השמיים ותגל הארץ, ישמחו השמיים ותגל הארץ, ירמה ים ומלוא, ירמה ים ומלוא, ירמה ים ומלוא, ירמה ים ומלוא, ישמחו השמיים ותגל הארץ, ישמחו השמיים ותגל הארץ,
Join with us as we continue now with the Romamu on page 19, 3 lines from the bottom of the page, to a reggae version of Romamu.
רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו. כי קדוש רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו. כי קדוש אדוני אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו. כי קדוש אדוני אלוהינו רוממו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו. רוממו אדוני אלוהינו והשתחוו להר קודשו.
We'll turn ahead now to page 20 as we continue with Mizmor LeDavid, Psalm 29, and as we say most Friday nights, traditionally people stand for this, but if your Shabbat practice is enhanced by staying seated, please feel free to be seated. Page 20.
מזמור לדוד, אבו לאדוני בני לי, אבו לאדוני, כבוד ועוז, איי איי איי, אבו לאדוני, כבוד שמו, ישתחוו לאדוני, בידת הקודש. כבוד ההירים, אדוני על מים רעמים, כל אדוני בכוח, איי איי איי, כל אדוני בהדר, כל אדוני שובר ארזים, וישבר אדוני יתר זה הלבנון, וירקידם כמו עגל, וכי גלו כולו מעבוד. אדוני למבול ישב, וישב אדוני מלך לעולם. איי איי איי, אדוני עוז לעמו ייתן,
Be seated. We'll turn ahead now to page 21 of our prayer book, and we will continue with Lecha Dodi. We'll be doing the verses, the first, second, and last verse on page 21, and then the final verse, page 22. We'll invite those who are able to rise as we greet the Shekhinah and welcome Shabbat. Page 21.
Tekala, B'nei Shabbat nekabela, Lecha Dodi likra tekala, B'nei Shabbat nekabela, Lecha Dodi likra tekala, B'nei Shabbat nekabela. Dodi likrat ala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor v'dibur echad, v'ishmiyanu el ha'miyuchad, Adonai echad, u'shmo echad, l'shemo teferet v'letila. Shabbat nekabela, likrat Shabbat lechu b'nelecha, ki mekor haberacha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sof maaseh b'machshavat tila. Lecha Dodi, Lecha Dodi. Shabbat nekabela, vitoreri, ki ba'orek umiori, uri, shir daveri, kevod Adonai alayik nigla. Dodi likrat ala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Bovi v'shalom ateret bala, gam b'simcha u'v'tzola, toch emunei am segula, poich ala. Lecha Dodi likrat ala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha Dodi likrat ala, b'nei Shabbat nekabela.
So before we continue with Psalm 92, I want to just pause for just a second and just say to folks that there are a few people both on the Zoom and in this room who have been studying last 2 weeks with me on Tuesday nights, the Sfat Emet, and there's a beautiful commentary from the Sfat Emet, Rabbi Yehuda Aryeh Leib of Ger, a 19th century Polish Hasidic rabbi who says that the Israelites, right after they cross the sea and give thanks to God for being on the other side of the sea, having left Egypt, they complain about being hungry. But for the Sfat Emet, what the Israelites are hungry for is God's presence. And what they're saying is that they've only known a God who does spectacular big things, bring plagues, split seas, but they've never had a relationship with a God who is there in the small ways in life. And so what they're really asking for, says Sfat Emet, is how do we know that you're here each and every day? And that's why God decides to bring the manna, which comes every day with a double portion on Friday so that the Israelites don't have to gather the manna on Shabbat. So my question for you, and we're going to invite people both on the Zoom and here in this room. On the Zoom, people can put things in chat to say, what's been a blessing in your life? Something that's kind of big and extraordinary, or is there something that's small and everyday for which you feel grateful for? And people will introduce themselves, and we're going to do it without the microphone because I was rightfully advised, since we're in the height of the Omicron right now, we're not going to pass around a mic. But if people will say their names and something they're a big thing or an everyday thing that they're grateful for, or just say their names. We're going to do that just as soon as we get to the break between Kabbalat, Shabbat, and Mariv in a minute, but I wanted to give you a minute to think. So we're going to continue on page 23, Mizmor Shir L'Yom HaShabbat.
מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני. מזמור שיר ליום השבת, טוב להודות לאדוני. ולזמר לשמך עליון, ולזמר לשמך עליון. Amar ifrat, perez balbanon nisger, shetulim beveit Adonai, bechasrot Eloheinu yafrichu, odienu bole veseiva, shenim rananim yehiyu, ve'agir ki yashar Adonai, surim velo Adonai.
Invite those of you in the process of mourning to please rise as we conclude Kabbalat Shabbat with Mourner's Kaddish, page 24. Yit Gadal v'Yit Kadash Shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
V'yalma divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon v'yomechon. V'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael. Ba'agala uvizman kariv v'yimru. Amen. Yehei Shemei Rabbah mevorach li'olam omei omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal. Shemei dekudesha b'richu. Le'elah min kol birchata v'shirata. Tush b'chata v'nechemata. Damiran bi'alma v'yimru. Amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chaim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen.
Amen.
Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yimru. Amen.
Amen.
So So we're going to pause and invite people to introduce themselves. Actually, now we're going to introduce them. We're going to have people say their names, and we'll, if there's a blessing, big or small, in your life that you feel grateful for, please let us know. And if those of you, and we've got many of you watching on the Zoom, could you put something in chat if there's something that we should know about, big or small, in your lives? So I'm David Glanzberg-Krainin, and my eldest daughter is having her bachelorette this weekend with her best buddies and her sister in Florida, and it's really lovely to see people who love your kid really being there to do that. So that's my blessing. Cantor, would you like to continue?
Yes, I'm Jacob Agar, and for me it's a blessing to be making music with the wonderful Neshama band. It's always a pleasure.
Steve, we're going.
Oh, me? Okay. I'm Steve. I'm grateful for the daily walks that I take with my wife in the neighborhood. It's a nice from me.
And I may repeat this in the mic to make sure people hear. So Steve is grateful for his daily walks with Mindy. Tess?
Hi, I'm Tess Agresti, and a blessing this week. My daughter got an email that she made the dean's list with a 4.0.
Oh my God. Marielle has a 4.0. Tess, that's beautiful. Lisa, is that your same blessing? Excellent. Carl?
I'm grateful for my 3 grandchildren and my 4th on the way, because when I look at them and I see the wonder in their eyes and the happiness about this world that they don't quite understand, I hope and dream, as we all did when we were young, that when they get older, they can create a world that doesn't have to live the way we have to live, with the sometimes the leadership that is thrust upon us. So let's hope for the best with our next generation.
Amen. So Carl was, again, for those who can't quite hear, his grandchildren, and for a future, both one, and with one on the way, for a better future that they'll, the wonder for now and the future that is worthy of that wonder down the road.
Yes.
Lisa, we already said Lisa and
Lisa
Tess
went,
had the same blessing. Yes.
You just went ditto. I'm grateful for the health of my family and my grandkids, and that I had a backup battery.
Jerry is grateful for health and a backup battery. Ronnie?
I'm Ronnie Hellman. I am grateful that I saw my grandchildren this week in person for the first time in a month and a half.
Nice. Ronnie's grateful for seeing her grandchildren in person. Shelley?
I'm Shelley Hittinger, and I want to go along with what Carl said.
Shelley is going to echo what her husband Carl said. Okay, very nice. Jerry?
I'm Jerry Gordon, and I'm glad choir practice resumed last night with Cantor. He's a great teacher and has a lot of patience with those who sing too strongly or off key. Including me.
No, not you, Jerry. You say-
Jerry's grateful for the Cantor's choir and his teaching. And Elaine?
And I'm grateful for my son Todd's new adventure in life starting this week.
Great. Do you want to give us a one sentence of what Todd's new adventure is for those who don't know? Let it go. All right. I guess we're quiet for a reason. Okay. Mindy.
Climbing Mount Everest.
I'm Mindy Blackman, and I am grateful for the private concerts I get at home from the piano, the Neshama. Warming up for Neshama, he plays that.
Mindy's, wow, that's true love, I'm telling you. Mindy's grateful for the concerts that Steve gives. Joe.
So my name is Joe Lieberman, and I'm grateful that all my kids are healthy and well, and my daughter-in-law's pregnancy is going very good, and looking forward to becoming grandparents in May.
Amen. Joe's grateful for his health, the health of his family, and for an upcoming grandchild, God willing, in good health in May. Val? Mazel, nice. So Val's looking forward to visit with her family in person next week. Myron? Mazel tov. Myron. That's just Myron. Wow, there's so many beautiful things. 50-year anniversary. Grateful for every day to be with his wife and for just the gift of being alive. Yes, beautiful. Louise. Again, grateful, good health, Louise. I think we have two guests who are here, Nolan and Stephanie, if I'm remembering. Is that correct? Nolan's grateful to be here and being here with his mom and for the service. Thanks.
I'm Stephanie Agar, and I am grateful for every moment that I get to spend with Nolan. I don't get to spend every weekend with him, and it's just, you don't understand how much I love him. It's just like,
Oh, look at there's a lot of love in this room tonight. It's so nice. A lot of love. That's beautiful. Thanks, Stephanie. Welcome. Mindy. Molly. Molly's grateful to David. Wonderful. Yvonne.
Nice.
Remind me of your mom's first name. I feel embarrassed that I'm not remembering. What? Maria Helen. So Yvonne and Maria are both grateful for health, family, for being here, and just for the joy of us being together and for having had time with family in Colombia recently. Debbie and John, I think, are next. Debbie's grateful for health and 3 years from a cancer diagnosis. And we wish you many decades of continuing good health. John, I think you last in person. Awesome. All right, so thank you all who are here. And let me go back up to those who are on our Zoom to see if I can. Thankful for all the great technology that allows us to safely attend the service together. And we have from Jeff Gordon, appreciating the opportunity to daven remotely in Shabbat Shalom. From Ira Spector, grateful for being able to join by Zoom. Sarah Koslov, happy that we were able to visit our family in Geneva and get home healthy. Wonderful. And the Spectors are grateful for, they're not quite at the Goldman level of anniversary, but 36 years together, chai, double chai, and many more to them. So thank you. I think I have everyone on the Zoom who posted. Wait, there's one new message. Wait a minute. Yeah, no, I just got that. Okay, so I think we've got everyone on the Zoom. Lots of blessings and lots of love in this room, and it's a wonderful thing to remember. And For blessings both large and small, we are grateful to the Holy One of Blessing. We'll continue now with the evening service. Mari begins page 28. If you're able to rise, please do so. Baruch Hu. Please be seated, and we're continuing page 28, Mari Varavim.
ומעביר יום ולילה, ומבדיל בין יום ולילה, אדוני צבאות שמו, אלוקי וקיים, תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד, ברוך אתה אדוני, אמרי ורבים.
Continuing now, page 29, Ahavat Olam.
אהבת עולם, בית ישראל, עמך אותנו למדת, אותנו למדת. על כן אדוני אלוהינו בשוכבנו ובקומנו נשיח בחוקיך, ונשמח בדברי תורתך ומצוותיך לעולם ועד. ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. שמע ישראל, אדוני אלוהינו, אדוני אחד. ברוך שם כבוד מלכותו, ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם להיות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובישעריך. והיה אם שמוע תשמעו מצוותי אשר צדק. ושמיים לא יהיה מטר, ושמתם דברי ישעריך ונבריניכם לבניכם על האדמה אשר נשבע אדוני לאבותיכם לתת להם, כי מהשמיים על הארץ. ויאמר אדוני אל משה לאמור, דבר אל בני ישראל ואמרת עליהם, ויעשו להם ציצית על כנפי בגדיהם לדורותם, ונתנו על ציצית הכנף פתיל תכלת, והיה לכם לציצית וריתם אותו, וזכרתם את כל מצוות אדוני ועשיתם אותם, ולא תעזורו אחרי לבבכם ואחרי עיניכם אשר אתם זונים אחריכם, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Continuing now, page 32.
האמת מגרוזות יקם עלינו כנביאנו. ומלכותו ברצון קיבלו עליהם, משה בני ישראל קנו שירה בשמחה רבה, ואמרו כולם. טוב גדול וחזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, גל ישראל.
Amen. Join with us as we continue page 33 with Hashkivenu.
השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים. ושמור את צאתנו ומורנו לחיים ולשלום וידע ליד עולם. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים. השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו מלכנו לחיים.
ושמור צאתנו ובואנו לחיים לשלום, יטב יד עולם ופרוס לנו סוכת שלומך, ברוך אתה
אדוני הפורס סוכה שמלך כמו ישראל ויעל ירושלים.
We continue, page 34, Vishamru.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. בביתי ובבני ישראל עודי לעולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת וינחש, וביום השביעי שבת
We're now going to invite those who are able to rise to do so as we take some time for some quiet reflection and prayer. We continue with the Chatzi Kaddish, page 34, the Amidah. We'll recite privately beginning page 35.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה.
Amen.
בלמד וברכירותי ביאל נקלחותי. בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי כל בית ישראל. בגלה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן. יש מרבה מבורך לעולם ולעד בעמיה יתברך יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתהלל ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו ויעלה מן הכל ברכתה ושירתה תושבקתה ונחמתה דמירן ביעלמה ויאמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרונה, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל יושביה ואמרו
If you're able to rise, we'll invite you to do so as the cantor leads us in the Kiddush, page 49.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu haolam borei peri hagafen.
Amen.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kisha mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodesho b'ahava u'b'razon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit כי הוא יום תחילה למקרא קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים, ושבת קודשך ביאהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. אמן. לחיים.
Chaim. We're going to invite you to remain standing if you're able as we continue on page 51 of your prayer book, Aleinu.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הרצון, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל העמונם, ואנחנו קוראים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. כתוב בתורתך אדוני מלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Please be seated. We're going to invite those of you who are in the process of mourning or observing Yartzeit to remain standing. And it's our custom on Friday nights to go and around the room and invite those who are saying Kaddish to tell us who they are saying Kaddish for. And we'll invite those of you who are on the Zoom, if there are people you are remembering, to please place it in chat. Chazan, maybe you'll head over and see if anyone has anything in chat. Ronnie.
Actually saying
And-
Kaddish for two people, my brother Michael Glassman and my great-nephew Sebastian Maroni.
Jeremy.
Still supporting Rabbi.
Okay, thank you. Your brother and your great nephew. Yes, okay. And Val? Mom, Ginger Block, Mindy. Mark Safer, Mindy's dad. David's father, Gil. And Chazan, do we have
Yes, Dr. Joseph Provenzano,
Dr. Joseph Provenzano as being remembered by?
R.T. Mercuri,
Okay.
and Ira Spector, Herbert Spector.
Ira is remembering his father, Herbert Spector. We ask that God, who brings peace and comfort on high, should bring peace and comfort to all of you who are remembering your loved ones. And I believe that Gail Safer is also on the Zoom and also, of course, remembering her beloved husband. Please join with me in Kaddish, page 52. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah.
Amen.
V'yalmad divrach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei. בחיי חון וביומי חון, ובחיי דכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך לעולם עולמי עלמיה. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא. ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי דקודשה בריחו. לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה. תושבחתה ונחמתה, דאמירן בעלמה ויאמרו אמן. יהי שלמה רבה מן שמיה, וחיים עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרמיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ויאמרו amen. Please be seated. Just a few brief announcements before we conclude. First and foremost, thanks to our Neshama band for making beautiful, beautiful music tonight and for doing this on a monthly basis. And not only for being here, but some of you have to schlep a lot of stuff in order to be here, Carl in particular. So we thank you for not only playing, but for schlepping as well. We also want to thank our Chazan for leading the service with our Neshama band members. Some brief announcements. Tomorrow we're going to be celebrating a not baby anymore, but a young toddler's naming tomorrow of Belle Evie Loss, daughter of Chelsea and Ben. Tomorrow that's going to be in the main sanctuary. So are we going to be able to upload both to live stream and to Zoom tomorrow? Yeah.
Yep, we will be.
All right, so it'll be available on live stream and Zoom for those of you who want to watch remotely. And we're asking people by February 1st to make sure that you've submitted your vaccine cards that include your booster and get that to Stacy if you could before February 1st. We are holding morning minyan in this room in person every day, Monday through Friday, so feel free to join us for morning minyan and on Zoom. Everything is always on Zoom. We have some wonderful, wonderful programs coming up this week. We have a wonderful Tu B'Shvat program to help us learn about the incredible things that are happening in the state of Israel around environmental conservation, water conservation, and how Israel is at the forefront of new technologies around environmental preservation. And then we're also going to have a program on Tuesday afternoon in honor of Tu B'Shvat for our kids. And we have a wonderful Israeli tour guide, Gadi Ben Dov, who is going to be leading us both of those days remotely from Israel through a tour of the land. So join us Monday evening, the 17th, and Tuesday for your kids in the afternoon through our Agar program. Cantor and I are loving our classes that we're teaching. I'm teaching Tuesday nights, the Sfat Emet. Cantor is teaching on Wednesdays on Tefillah and doing choir practices on Thursdays. And we have a wonderful program coming up sponsored by our Center for Spiritual Wellbeing a week from Thursday, the 27th. It's about making art through the lens of Jewish texts and sources for anyone who is both artistically inclined and can't draw a straight line, but every one of us has an inner artist. So that's Thursday the 27th at 7:30 p.m. It'll be led by Amy Brewstein. Next Friday night is World Music Shabbat, and next Shabbat is Sophie Solman's Bat Mitzvah, so we have lots of wonderful things to celebrate. And we are going to conclude with Adon Olam, and we'll look forward to wishing everyone a Shabbat Shalom at the end of the service. Page 54.
Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Hakol, Yetzir Nivra, V'yed Nasa, V'chefzo Kol, Azal Melech, Shemo Nikra, V'yakarei, Kiklot HaKol, עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא, יעץ נשא וחפצו כל אז המלך שמו נקרא, אחרי כבלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא, והוא היה והוא הווה והוא יהיה ותירא. אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא, יעץ נשא וחפצו כל אז המלך שמו נקרא, אחרי כבלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא, והוא היה והוא הווה ותירא. והוא היה והוא הווה ותירא. בידו הפקיד רוחי תהיה תישן ויעירה עם רוחי גביעתי אדוני לי ולא יירא. אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא, יעץ נשא וחפצו כל אז המלך שמו נקרא, אחרי כבלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא, והוא היה והוא הווה והוא יהיה ותירא. אדון עולם אשר מלך בטרם כל יציר נברא, יעץ נשא וחפצו כל אז המלך שמו נקרא, אחרי כבלות הכל לבדו ימלוך נורא, והוא היה והוא הווה ותירא. והוא היה והוא הווה ותירא.
Shabbat
Shabbat
Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Yasher Koach to our Neshama band. All right. Well done.
Kept saying he couldn't hear me, then it dawned on me that well, I thought it was the battery.
The Constitution of Knowledge.
The battery in my guitar. So I went through all that.
Constitution of Knowledge.
And it turned out it was the guitar.
See, if you don't find it, let me know. It's really, I'm interested to hear what you think. Okay? I really am.
These lithiums, I mean, they last for years.
You had them in your car a couple weeks ago.